Look, the war is a total catastrophe.
Who do you believe? They don't hate us because of being free or who we are. They hate us because of what we do, for very specific reasons.
The average American doesn't understand those simple things, that the war is in contradiction to our own laws, is unconstitutional, is basically a war of aggression.
I think I just killed half the population of northern Ramadi. Fuck the red tape. It doesn't fucking matter.
It was over for quite some time, but he still felt the need to go ahead and drop a 500-pound laser-guided missile on it. When mistakes were made, we carried drop weapons. These weapons right here were taken from the Iraqi police back during our first deployment. And this is just an example that we would take their weapons and carry them around with us in case we did mess up and shot the wrong person. This is after one of the guys in a weapons company had gotten shot. This is a way that we would take out our aggression. For those of you who don't know, it is illegal to shoot into a mosque unless you were taking fire from it. There was no fire that was taken from that mosque. It was shot into because we were angry.
Despite its mercenaries murdering 17 Iraqi civilians last September, its contract to serve the State Department in Iraq has been renewed for at least one more year.
The invasion of Iraq was all about oil.
Iraq's vast oil fields, one reason why America and Britain invaded the country. This is why Iraq matters so much. Its known oil reserves are thought to be around 115 billion barrels, but they could be double or even treble that. Production at the moment is 2.5 million barrels a day. The minister said it's hoped to increase that to 6 million barrels within 10 years. And all the while, here in Baghdad, would you believe there's a petrol shortage? Fuel stations are closed because they've run out. Oil, one of the reasons why the US and the UK sent their forces into Iraq in the first place.
I can tell you that it is succeeding. I can look you in the eye and tell you it's succeeding. We have drawn down to pre-surge levels. Both Basra, Mosul, and now Sadr City are quiet.
Mosul, at least, deadly quiet after a suicide bomber somehow got a police vehicle and killed 3 troopers, wounding 9 other people. On his other claim, quote, "We have drawn down to pre-surge levels." We have not.
The official numbers are a third of all returning service members from Iraq are suffering some sort of post-traumatic stress disorder or other kind of psychological problems, and that's only the people who actually seek help, which many people never will seek help for it.
There's been 1 million Iraqis killed. I could apologize 1 million times, it wouldn't bring back a single one of them. One of the reasons why I left the military was because I didn't want to take part in that anymore. I didn't want to be that anymore.
I just want to say that I am sorry for the hate and destruction that I've inflicted on innocent people, and I'm sorry for the hate and destruction that others have inflicted on innocent people. At one point, it was okay, but reality has shown that it's not, and that this is happening, and that until people hear about what is going on with this war, it will continue to happen and people will continue to die. I am sorry for the things that I did. I am no longer the monster that I once was. Thank you.
The administration was too often careless with its words, including, in some cases, making presentations that were not substantiated by the available intelligence, or worse, directly contradicted by the available intelligence. Statements by the President and the Vice President indicating that Saddam Hussein was prepared to give weapons of mass destruction to terrorist groups for attacks against the United States were contradicted by available to it at that time.
Increasing violence in Afghanistan, with June the deadliest month ever for U.S. troops there.
A United States citizen today arrested on spy charges. Benami Kadish is accused of passing U.S. secrets to Israel.
The Israelis are mounting a full-court press to get the Bush administration to strike Iran's nuclear complex. Israel doesn't want to wait for a new administration. If you don't, we will.
And let's not forget there are 150,000 American soldiers in Iraq, which is right next to Iran. Iran could wreak havoc in that area. And of course, Iran overlooks the Straits of Hormuz, which is a bottleneck for oil leaving the Persian Gulf to the rest of the world. So no shortage of potential flashpoints.
they're going to pay for it.
Senator, why should you or the administration be believed when you made all these statements about Iraqi weapons of mass destruction? Senator?
None of this is from Iran. 20,000 blowing up things. Hard count of those supplied by Iran, 0. Percentage of the whole imported from Iran, no percent. Amount of tangible evidence linking Iran to anti-American uprisings in Baghdad, none.
Could we start arming the anti-government groups inside Iran? Could their cars start blowing up, maybe in Tehran? Let them create havoc inside Iran. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we just lost his satellite.
Oh, well, who cares about the Iranians?
The U.S. or Israel could be headed towards a confrontation with Iran. The president really did nothing to knock down that possibility.
I have always said that all options are on the table.
My good friend, Senator Obama, that's a very provocative statement. You previously said that all options are on the table with respect to Iran. And I think that it's important for people to reflect on the real meaning of that you're setting the stage for another war.
You don't broadcast that you are going to bomb a country that is a sovereign nation.
Beach Boys song, Bomb Iran. Bomb, bomb, bomb.
When I search John McCain on YouTube, the biggest thing that comes up is you singing Bomb, 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 Bomb Iran. 744,000 hits, in case you haven't checked it recently. Are you proud or embarrassed of that?
I'm proud.
Iran is a grave threat. Iran is an adversary. Their pursuit of nuclear weapons poses a grave threat to us.
Iran possessing nuclear weapons will be a major threat to us.
Iran is a serious threat if it gets nuclear weapons. We all know that Iran poses a threat.
The enemies that we're going to have to fight is not just terrorists, it's not just Hezbollah, it's not just Hamas.
You've heard this back and forth between the two of them, John McCain and Barack Obama. Is either of them right?
Tell the American people the truth. Both of them are equally unable to cope with the threat represented by Osama bin Laden, Al-Qaeda, and the Islamists. They really don't have a clue about what this war is about. Mr. McCain is very confident, but he's clueless. Mr. Obama is equally clueless. They continue to tell Americans that these people are Islamo-fascists and they hate us because of our freedoms and they hate us because of our liberties. What they hate us for is the unusually virulent strain of obsessive-compulsive disorder that's present in the American governing class, and that's called interventionism. That's what the cause of this war is. And neither Mr. McCain, nor Mr. Obama, nor Mrs. Clinton, nor any of the rest of them who were in the campaign, except Mr. Paul and Mr. Kucinich perhaps, had that idea. The greatest class distinction in America these days is our governing class, who's willing to spend the lives of American soldiers and our treasure for issues that have no relevance at all to American security. No relevance at all to American security. No relevance at all to American security.
Perhaps even worse, the rest of the world hates us.
The Council on Foreign Relations. CFR members include America's wealthiest tycoons, as well as the highly placed elite in government, academic institutions, tax-exempt foundations, and the establishment media. These men aim to create a world system of financial control in private hands, able to dominate the political system of each country and the economy of the world as a whole. They seek total and quiet control of the entire world.
You do realize they are making this up about Iran.
Just come home. Just come home. Just come home. Just come home.